16 years in UK. I have daughter, she's born here. And I used to work in a wedding. I am photographer since 20 years old. And I jumped to do this business in UK. And I was really successful, really successful. I have lots of jobs, lots of customers. But what happened this year is affect my business big time. I have only one wedding lately this year. So it's not it's not trying to survive. So 1 year, really hard suffering, just saving the business, that's all, because what happened in the pandemic affect all of us, affect traditional business, affect people's lives. People depressed, people tired from life like this. So yeah, and I'm so thankful. I have an amazing friend, my business partner now, Uda. She texts me, how is everything, how is job, how is this, how is that. And she invited me to this company, and I was like, why no? I don't know even what's mean trading, guys. I don't know what's mean. I have no even clue what's this, but I saw her. I know how she's successful. I was like, let's do it.
What are you doing?
I think all business is more safe than business nowadays, guys. So yeah, I'm starting to this business, happen with photography or restaurant. I'm safe, I have income, I'm successful, and I can help the people, and I help a lot of people. They thank me every day. I put them in this business, and as well in this business, it's not enough just grow as a business person. You need to grow as a with your mind. You need to control your mind. You need to know how to control the life of your mind. So about all this mindset, I want to introduce my amazing business partner, Rose Garcia. He moved from Chicago to UK, and he have amazing, extremely crazy experience with the Bob Proctor. He used to be Bob Proctor consultant. So yeah, guys, be ready. Grab your pens, grab your notes, and write down absolutely everything. It's amazing information he's gonna share with you guys. Ross, it's you.
Good morning, Sybil. I see you have your coffee over there. I think you have your coffee at least. I have.
Thank you.
It looks like tea.
Let's put some fire emojis for Ross Garcia, please, everyone.
It looks like tea, but it's not. It's actually water. I want to ask everyone to mute. The call is recorded. It will be posted in the group after the call. There's some information that I learned from our chairman, Loading 50, Benny. Yesterday, we were at Westfield Mall. And before we talk about faith and this book, Think and Grow Rich, I want you guys to know something. This information is real, guys. Like, this is the real deal. And we operate on a frequency. We operate on a feeling, right? And what happens is, for me, I'll be the first one to admit that these calls help me, but they also help you guys, because only someone, right, that is totally illogical like me is going to study this book for 10 years. For 10 years. Now, I started in 2010. It was actually like 2000, going to 2011, okay? And what happened was, I was sitting at my mom's house, and I was broke, guys. I was broke, right? Now, I'm sitting at my mom's house. I almost killed myself and somebody else in a car accident. So I had to look at this guy's family, and I was so embarrassed. I had just graduated from college. I have a finance and investment management degree. My goal was to work for Goldman Sachs for their finance department in New York. I was going to move to New York, but I had a hard time telling my parents, like, hey, look, you know, I want to move out. And I was scared of taking the jump because I didn't know this information. Like, if you would have told me everything starts with the fantasy and then we can create a theory, like kind of like having a plan with the pen, writing down what is it that you really, really want, like in a notebook like this, and basically like taking action. You don't really need to know how this is going to happen, but you have to take some form of action. What I like about this business is I have people like Vinny, like Ruda, like Sibyl, that are very positive, uplifting. I see Sean join the call, very positive and uplifting. Why is that important? Because James Allen, in a little small book called As a Man Thinketh, he says that your environment is more important than heredity. That's why you have fourth, fifth generation welfare recipients that are broke. Why? Because they've seen nothing but poverty, and that's what they attracted, poverty. We still have people joining the call. And I was just like you guys. I was just trying to figure out exactly how this could happen to me. Everyone wants to know how, okay? I'm sitting at my mom's house. Napoleon Hill tells me, get a pen. He was already dead, right? I mean, to me, he's still alive because we could, talk to people. It's called a sixth sense, where you could talk to people and they give you their ideas. Napoleon Hill talks about it while he's sitting down at a table talking to Abraham Lincoln, Jesus Christ, and asking people for their opinions. So, is there life after death? Yes, there is. Is there a God? Yes, there is. It has to do with your belief system and how you feel. That's why I was talking to Vinny yesterday. The guy is amazing. The guy is so relaxed. He's so calm. He knows what he wants, and he already knows he has it. He believes that he has it. Napoleon Hill says there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. Now, you might see me, I'm in the UK. I have a little apartment here, but I made my first million at 33. I'm 37. Now, I don't mean to impress you. I meant to impress upon you what could be proven with these methods. What can you have with these ideas, with these concepts? And all you need is a pen, a piece of paper, and faith. And that's what the topic here is. Now, we only have 30 minutes. So what I learned from Vinny is when you're talking to people in your business, you want to be in the right vibration. If you're not in the right vibration, then go to a park. I talk about this. Go to a park, play a good song, read a good book. Don't talk to people if you're not in a good vibration, because it's going to destroy you, and it's going to destroy your business. Now, unfortunately, not only do we have to control our own mind, but we have to be careful what other people are telling us, other people's belief systems. Why? Why is that important? Because Napoleon Hill says that the biggest fear of mankind is failure to take possession of your own mind. Because if you took possession of your own mind, you can have anything you want. You can have it in abundance. Now, I'm sitting at my mom's house. I'm listening to Napoleon Hill in 2010. I was broke. He told me, what are you good at? What are your qualities? I'm like, well, I'm a good salesman. I know the mortgage industry. I work for banks. He's like, okay, how can you attract quantity? Okay. So what are your qualities and how can you attract quantity? So I said, I want to start a business, the loan modification clinic, and I'm going to make $1.75 million. Now, it wasn't the business. It wasn't the $1.75 million. That's not what it is here, guys. Goals are to grow, not to get, okay? Goals are to live a better life, to live a better version of yourself. Why? Because you're here to experience something that you've never done before. How could you do it if you're broke? Now, the money is a result of the efforts that you're putting out there, because the energy just is. Now, I talk about this in the videos all the time. Energy just is. Science and theology, they disagree on a lot of things, but they come to an unanimous decision on one thing, that nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. So that means that the good life, the life that you want, is already here. Now, it's on a certain frequency, it's on a certain dimension. And that's why it's important to mingle with the right people. What did Vinny say yesterday? your environment. He says, I talked to Abdullah, okay? And he's like, when I first met the man, I had doubt because I was an attorney. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but people that are attorneys are left brain thinkers. They're using their logic. So when you tell them that you're a creator and that you can paint beautiful pictures and literally create the life that you really, really want, then they start to think, how is that possible? I'm looking at facts, right? And you're looking at what's in front of you, because 99% of people don't understand this information. So just by you guys participating in this call every single day, you're part of the 1%, okay? Now, Bob Proctor always told me, he's like, look, if you don't take care of your mind, someone's going to take care of it for you. Be careful what you impress upon your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is wide open. So everything you're seeing, TV, coronavirus, I'm broke, I'm not making enough money, those are all negative concepts, negative ideas. And I have a habit of going into positive all the time, but when I fall, it's like a bad action movie. Like an action movie, it has suspense, it has a climax. So you could either climax up towards your goal or climax down towards poverty, towards depression, disease, lack, limitation. That's not what you want. You're here to grow. You're here to make money. How are you going to make money? Listening, taking notes from people that already made the success in their life. Now, my success in this business is all brand new to me. Why? Because we have egos, right? But I know what the ego is. I'm willing to learn from people that are not even there yet. I'm willing to learn from anyone, as long as it's something that's going to help me. But you have to be willing to learn. If you know it all, then what are you, like, not you guys, right? But if you know it all, what are you doing in the business? The business is always moving forward. People at the top are always learning. Why? Because that's what it is. Energy just is. If you can't control what's coming in, then you're definitely not going to control what's going out. You're a receiving station, you're a broadcasting station. You're omitting a signal. You're like a magnet. And if you are magnetizing broke people, people that don't know anything about the law of attraction or the law of vibration, never took the steps, you know, and you have to pay the price. In the beginning, it's uncomfortable. What's comfortable? Doing what we used to do. But that world is gone. Look at the price of Zoom, how much the price of Zoom has went up. The price of Zoom has skyrocketed because everybody's on Zoom. They're talking about another lockdown. How can it benefit you? Because there's two sides to the coin. It's called the law of opposites. What side are you on? Are you on the positive side or are you on the negative side? And a lot of people think they know this information, but it's either too easy or too difficult. And when it's too easy, they don't pay attention. And it's too difficult, you're going to get bounced out because it's too difficult. What you're up against is yourself, guys. You're up against yourself, your fear, your ego, who they told you you were. And if I told you and pulled the rug from underneath your feet and told you that you are not who you say you are, and everything that you've been doing is a habitual program, because you have a program, and the program is in your subconscious mind, in your emotional. You have to go in deep. You have to be willing to burn the ships, to feel hunger, to feel how it is to get to where you want to be. Why? Because faith is believing in the invisible. And faith and fear require the same thing. You're both believing in something that is not here yet. Earl Nightingale was a famous radio broadcaster in the 60s, and he says that 90% of people think about something that hasn't even happened. And it's a negative situation. Like, how am I going to buy a car? Or how am I going to pay my bills? Or how am I going to pay my cell phone? Or how am I going to pay my transportation costs? These are things that haven't happened. And you have to focus with your faith on the invisible, on the image, on the picture, on the fantasy. How many people do you want in your business? Who are you taking notes from? What are you learning from yourself in this process? Document your life in a journal. Today, I was not in a good mood. What sparked you not being in a good mood? This person did something to me. I have an ability to not listen to other people. Okay, then do the opposite. Start listening. Put yourself in other people's shoes, guys. Let's just say you're bringing someone into business. This is something that I learned from Vinny, right? This was yesterday. I'm taking notes. And he's like, look, when you're prospecting people, you have a warm list, you have a cold list. It's that easy. When you are getting rejection, it's okay, you know, and it's not how you say it, right? But it's the attitude of how you direct your message. Like me, I'm very dead forward. Let's get to the point. Let's talk. Let's get to the point. It is what it is. Move on, right? Boom, boom, boom. I'm done. See you later, right? Like this is how it goes. If you want to be in the business, if you don't want to be in, if you want to learn from me, fine, I'm here. So this is a creation process, and you have to document just like an attorney is, right? So yes, you have illogical ideas, and I've documented like my success. I've documented how I went to California and got an apartment when I didn't like even know where I was going to find my apartment. I did everything backwards. So like when it comes to you being who you want to be, because this is your goal, this is your fantasy, what you're going to create, you want to start with the end in mind. Act as if, right? And that's something that Vinny didn't believe in, that he learned from Abdullah. Was like, okay, I learned from Abdullah to act as if, to go to the environment, to go try on the watch that you want, the car that you want, the type of house that you want. But when you tell people, hey, I'm going to buy a house, or I'm going to buy a car, or I'm going to come across a lot of money, people are like, how? Like, I'm still trying to survive. And that's why I said it's either too easy or too difficult, because when you come across this information, you're like, there's no way. And look, guys, I was the same way. I was living at my mom's house. I was broke. I almost killed myself. I almost killed somebody else. Yes, I had a degree in finance and investment management. I went to go get the job, but the job wasn't paying me for what I was, my expenses. The job was paying me for 24 grand. It wasn't enough money to cover my expenses. So you really have to start to think. You have to start to think and analyze, okay, what is it that I really, really want? And I'm fired up, guys. Like it takes, there's only two ways to change: an emotional impact and constant space repetition. Now, an emotional impact for me is like, okay, you've been in the UK for 3 months. What have you done? But you cannot measure success, guys. Like, I might be on this call and totally change somebody's life. So for me, it's not what I've done, but it's like what I'm learning and how I can get the message across so it can go in your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is wide open. William James was a professor from Harvard in the 1900s. He says that you can only hold on to your thought for less than 30 seconds, if that. Bob Proctor says people would rather die than think, because thinking, like Wallace Waddle says in this book, The Science of Getting Rich, he says that thinking is laborious. It requires effort on your part. Thoughts permeate all time and all space. So yes, Think and Grow Rich, chapter 3, faith. You have to have faith. What happened with Napoleon Hill when he met Andrew Carnegie? Andrew Carnegie told him, Napoleon, would you like to write about the laws of success for 20 years without pay? What did Napoleon Hill say? Yes, Mr. Carnegie, sir, you could depend on me that I will achieve it. So I love this business. I love the fact that I give it out and I receive it. And I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Analyze how many sources of income do you have. If this is your primary source of income, then I would be listening to Ruta. I would be listening to Vinny. I would be listening to Vincent. I'd be listening to myself as far as personal growth and development, because I've made $1 million and I know what this information could do to you. And I know that this information is more than half of what you need to make your business possible, because you're going to need this information. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because the mind is programmed negative, guys. Mind is like the dirt. Earl Nightingale trained Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor got rich through these concepts. He created a cleaning business that operated all around the world. Now, up until that point, when Raymond Douglas Stanford told him to read this book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill was always broke. He always had headaches. And he told him, look, your way's not working. Why don't you try mine? And he said, you know what? You're right. So he said he was cleaning so many businesses and his business blew up that he almost fainted. And something told him, if you can't clean all of them, then don't clean none. So what did he do? He went to Chicago, where I'm from, and met Earl Nightingale from The Strangest Secret. He used to listen to The Strangest Secret, a 30-minute condensed version of Think and Grow Rich. And then he finally went to meet Earl Nightingale. And then he started working with Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale told him, like, the dirt is immoral. It's like your subconscious mind. You can plant nightshade, a deadly poison, and not even a 16th of an inch away, you can plant corn, sweet food. It gives you what you plant. And I was telling Vinny, because yesterday he was talking about how he has a hard time manifesting faster, right? Because everyone wants to know, I want it now, even myself, right? And there's a video I'll share with you guys, and Bob Proctor and his old business partner, John Canary, they're talking about the law of gender. Now, in this book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, he also talks about the law of gender. So the first law is the perpetuation of energy, the law of the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Now, when you get down to the seventh law, the law of gender is like seed, right? And Vinny was saying it. He's like, you know, it's like you're planting it, you're watering it, but nobody knows that there's roots growing. We don't know how long a spiritual seed is going to take. In your case, it might take a year. It might take 6 months. In my case, when I manifested that wealth, it was like 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. But it happens because people have energy, you have energy, and the energy is intelligent. And basically what I'm trying to say is, when you put it out there, people are all working united to give you what you want. Everybody's on your side. No one is against you. And even he said it, Wallace Wattles, in The Science of Getting Rich, that you are your own enemy. There is no competition. It's only what you're thinking about. So use your perception, your higher faculty, to change the way you see things. Because when you change the way you see things, everything else will change. And that's what Bob Proctor says, because when he met Earl Nightingale, he met another guy named Leland Van Vanderwall. And he says, look, let me explain to you something, Bob. He says, the mind is not the brain. The mind thinks in pictures. And he's like, when you change the picture of how you want your life to be, everything else will change. So then he started doing that. He started changing from the opposite, the negative, to the positive. He started to create a shift, right? And you have to make a big number look small. So what do? I grab a pen, I write down big numbers on my palm. And I just internalize big numbers, because you're operating on a certain level of awareness from what you've seen in the past. So I want you to remember, you do have a past, but you can always change the way that you see things. You could create new memories in your mind. So mostly everyone is either thinking forward or thinking backward. People are not really thinking, okay, this is what I really, really want. So if you don't understand this material and you just came on this call by coincidence or someone invited you, it's really important for you guys to really analyze your life right now. And I'm not talking about how much is the most money you've ever made. I'm talking about, what is it that you really, really want? I don't care about the outside world. I care about discovery, right? Discovering who you are. What's your self-image? What do you say about you? Because I was talking about Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale. And there's something really important before we end the call. Earl Nightingale seen something in Napoleon that he didn't even see in himself. He was a broke newspaper reporter. So you have greatness in you. Everyone does. Our jobs in this company as leaders, because we're all leaders, is to look for people that don't believe in themselves. And if you can learn this material, apply it into your business, and walk up to someone and say, hey, like Sean did, could I buy you a cup of coffee? The guy didn't even know me. He offered me a cup of coffee. And it was something that I was thinking about because my bank account gets tied up for some reason. I'm 6 hours behind from Chicago. And I was like, man, I can't call the bank because it's closed. The bank's not open yet. The guy walks up to me and says, hey, you want a cup of coffee? I'm like, hey, thanks. So it's people that walk up to you and see value in you, not fake, not no fake. I'm talking about the real deal. Someone that really wants the best for you, regardless of the past, regardless if you have not even made $1 million, regardless what level you're at, you could always help someone. It's up to them if they don't accept the information. It's up to them if they accept it or if they don't. Great. But you know what? You put it out there. And if you live your life, regardless of what's outside, if you live your life that way, just Sandy Gallagher, she works with Bob Proctor. She basically is the CEO of Proctor Gallagher. She always talks about leaving a person with an impression of increase. Leave somebody better off. And if you do that, everything will change. So go out there and crush it, guys. Listen to this video 30,000 times like I did with Napoleon Hill. If connect with the right mentors. You might not connect with me. You might, right? But connect with us because we've studied this information and we know it's real. It happened to me. Trust me. That's why I'm determined to create residual income. So remember, take notes, listen to the right people, have faith that your picture, creating residual income, helping other people get to the finish line is going to add value to your life, to your bank account, to your lifestyle, being happy, healthy, wealthy, traveling the world. You're going to have it all, but you have to be disciplined. Even me, when Bob Proctor gets on a call with all the people, I'm disciplined. Sometimes I don't even jump on the call. I'll just listen to his old videos on YouTube. You Were Born Rich. So there's a lot of information for you to do. Take action. Remember, just walk up to people, inspire them, like Andrew Carnegie did Napoleon Hill. So give it back to Sybil, and then we're gonna end the call, guys.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much. Let's put some fire emojis for Ross Garcia, please, guys. And thanks for joining this call. Thank you so much for this amazing blow mind information. So tomorrow, same time, guys, grab your pens, grab your notes, invite the friends, invite your families, neighbors, everyone to this amazing Ross Garcia call. And have a beautiful,
also, don't forget to jump on
Yeah, don't forget to jump now in 1 minute.
Sorry to cut you off, but Vincent.
1 minute, Vincent presentation, business presentation. Jump straight there. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Amazing, Ross. Thank you.
Have a good one. Peace out.